Well, the time now, almost exactly 25 minutes past 1. Insomniacs might care to note.
We find our hero back at his secret laboratory.
So at the end of the last video, I said that I was going to do a playthrough with the kinetic board, and I really hope that that would be a sort of finished version of the game. I did play it, and I really enjoyed it, and it went really well, except for I came across a few problems.
This is just a saga now.
So I've decided to make this video an opportunity to kind of discuss game mechanics and well, look, let me get into it. First of all, I made a sort of cool intro, so I don't want to waste it. So here's another intro for Sleeper Wake.
Sound drifts whispering. 4 beings pull the sleeper, eyes open in dreams. Cups spill hidden past, wands mark signs in the stirring sand. Swords dig through silence. Pentacles hum in the dust. Shadows weigh their secret truths. The path curls inward. O sleeper, wake and lead the way.
So here you can see I've made the board, and the kinetic sand behaved really well. I sculpted 4 minis, one for the pentacle in a bottle, and this crazy little guy for the wand, and a cup, and a sword. And then I made the pieces of the fragments of the sleeper, and I've separated my tarot deck into the minor and major arcana, ready to play the game. So I start off, and it starts by going really well. I decide to move the pieces, I start turning cards, everything's going nice and smoothly. The only problem that I came across straight away is that I found myself continually going back to the PDF, and as there's quite a lot of pages in the rules, I'm having to scroll back. I've obviously fast forwarded this video, and when I filmed it, did it in pieces. But of course it didn't really work like that, did it? What would happen is, I'd decide to, okay, so I'm moving whatever, I'm moving the sword. Well, I'm not moving the sword, am I? Wait a minute, I've got to go to the NPC behaviour table and I've got to roll on it. Okay, so he's going to try to perform a ritual. Now I made this whole thing, didn't I? This ritual strength, 0.5 and 1 and 1.5, and I've got to make sure that I keep track of that. So he decides he's going to do a ritual. That's the random part of that table. He attempts to do a ritual and he's successful, and it's a court card, so it's going to trigger a major arcana, which is going to cause some sort of event. I had like the moon card, meant that you could look at the next 3 cards on his deck and order them the way that you wanted to, or the lovers came out, like all these ideas I went really hard on, and I think they're good. The problem is, this looks quick, but it wasn't. It was a lot slower than that. Now, obviously, I've got 2 things going at the same time, haven't I? One, instead of purely using dice, I've introduced this idea of the tarot cards. And of course, I really like it. That's what started me making this game in the first place. But then secondly, after Tanner mentioned the kinetic sand, I had to do it. And it took me ages to figure it out. Well, not ages, but it took a while to figure out. And then I was really happy with it. So now I've got 2 things. I'm playing on a kinetic sand board, and I'm using tarot at the same time, which is 2 kind of hefty, interesting concepts. Now, let's do the kinetic sand. It's brilliant. It's so much fun. I managed to keep it generally in the tray. It's not quite as messy as you might think. Because of the silicone oil that binds the sand, it wasn't like super messy. I've got a kind of airtight container that I'm going to keep the sand in, and I did wonder whether it'd dry out, because obviously I made it and then there was a little pause before I played the game, a couple of weeks. Opened up the thing, it was nice and pliable, it stuck together. I was able to use a pin to inscribe symbols, and I got like a piece of dowel to dig a hole. The tower card came up and I needed to cut a kind of quake into the sand, and that worked too. And then every time I moved them, it was kind of fun to give them a little trail. So the idea would be, you have a nice clean kind of dunes at the very beginning of the game, and when you finish it's all a mess. They've kind of torn it all up before the sleeper wakes. That part I was happy with. But I keep thinking about one-page rules. Now, I'm not saying this game should be one-page rules or that I couldn't get used to all of these ideas that I've put into my rule set. But the problem I have is, I don't want it to be a slow game. By the time I actually finish this game and the sleeper woke, yeah, I'd done all of the neutral and discord and harmony, and I got the chariot, and it was, he just destroyed everyone, killed everyone, rode over the land destroying it. That's a cool ending to a game. But now that I'm in this position, I think I just need to slow down. I think I've got a good idea here. I just need to give it some time and think it through. So there will be more videos, but maybe this isn't one of those kind of things I'm going to finish in a minute. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.